Okay, guys, I made it back. Let me remind people that I'm here again, okay? I hope y'all had a good little break for a moment. But I am back. I'm going to send this out to everybody again. So, I've already washed my hands. Welcome back. If you're here, if you're going to watch the replay, please do hashtag replay. And if you're here for the first time, let me introduce myself. My name is Brittany. I am the aesthetic nurse located in Douglasville, Georgia, where I treat the skin, all things skincare. For the most part, mainly treatment. I perform treatments instead of just skincare. I literally want to make a difference in your skin. So with that being said, so what did I do? So we started off with a gentle wash, and then I went ahead and numbed the patient with the numbing cream. We let that sit for 30 minutes. While that was sitting, I drew the blood. I spun it down in the centrifuge, and this is what we got. This is the PRP. This is where the red and white blood cells get separated from the plasma and platelets. Right here, this liquid gold is what I'm going to use to microneedle literally into his skin. I'm going to shake this up a lot because literally the nutrients get stuck to the sides of the tube, and that's what I want. Okay, so we have that ready. I'm going to put on some gloves. I have already washed off the numbing cream. Let me position my camera. This phone is a little bit more heavier for the stand versus my other phone that I was using, and so it don't 100% sit the perfect way I like. But my other phone went dead, but that's okay because we're still here. Okay, so I've already washed off the numbing cream of his face. That was a essential step. Next, I'm going to go ahead and degrease. I'm going to use alcohol because I want to make sure that I remove literally every part, every little bit of that numbing cream off his face. So I'm just going to use some alcohol. Okay, I'm going to apply this alcohol, okay? So this is going to degrease his face because also that numbing cream is very oily. Y'all give some claps in the comments because Howard has been like sticking out through me. He's been waiting patiently. He took time off in his schedule. He got a very busy schedule too. I had to wait on the pharmacy to find the lidocaine to mix it and to do all that good stuff that I needed. And he's been very patient and understanding to make sure that we bring you guys the best demo that we can, okay? So, with that being said, this is the playlist, the PRP that I'm going to use, the plasma. Shake it up really good. And then I'm going to draw this up. So like I said, all of my items come packaged for me from a U.S. lab that is FDA approved, which is so beneficial. I like how they provide this needleless contact because anytime you transfer in blood and you have to use needles, you're increasing your risk for a stick, and nobody wants to be stuck with nobody else's blood, bodily fluids, and nothing. So I love this needleless contact. Literally just put that on and pull it in here. So this system is literally designed in a way that I would not draw up any of those additives that comes into the tube. Just gonna twist that off, and then there I go. Here's the PRP right here. So I got about 6 mLs, 6 cc's. So that's a plus. I'm going to actually just slide this right back in there. I'm going to discard this into the sharps container. Okay, how are you doing? Okay? Okay, so this is the easy part. I have my treatment kits. Let me open this up. Now I'm going to open up my sterile needles, cartridges that come in my kit. I'm going to get ready for this to line up. So Howard and I have already talked about safety mechanisms in place in case he feels uncomfortable or want me to stop and explain something or anything he may need. And that's his signal. To simply just saying, girl, you gotta stop right now. So I love how the skin pen comes with this adhesive to put around the device to make sure that we are literally keeping everything clean and sterile. A lot of devices don't have this, and that's why they have a lot of backflow to the cartilage from their needles. And so I really enjoy this about skin pen. It's also wireless. That's my number one thing. I hate wires. They get messy. They all over the place. So I love that about this. And that's it. It's covered and protected. I don't like a lot of trash or a lot of mess, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this extra stuff. Okay, I'm going to do, so this is not what everybody do, but this is what I like to do. So, I have my glider, which is literally just glycerin. And I'm going to go ahead and add this inside this sterile cup. This cup is also sterile. This is what you're going to use for people who cannot use PRP, who's not certified in blood, but I am. So I'm going to mix this PRP in here. It's going to help it mix and glide a lot better. Okay, and then I'm going to clean him one more time with alcohol, and we're going to be ready to roll. Okay, alcohol one more time. So alcohol is not a skincare, guys. Do not use alcohol as your main skincare. No judgments, because at one time, this was my main skincare. So I'm not judging you, I'm just informing you. If you need help with that, please message me, DM me, comment below, etc. This PRP with this glider. So it's really helpful if you have an extra set of hands while you're here. I am in a market to bringing somebody on board, so this is where they will come in handy at. I'm going to start him at the lowest settings possible. Okay, so we're going to start at 0.25. I'm going to turn it on. Okay. And this is where I'm going to apply this cold. It's going to feel like jelly and PRP mix, okay? So we're going to treat one area first. So we're going to start with the forehead. It's almost like a microderm or microderm or, what do you call it? Hydrofacial. Okay, so I'm going to hold the skin taut, and I'm going to start on one side. You let me know you have your safety signal, okay? You doing okay? So I'm going to start off in circular motions. We'll do 3 passes over the forehead. So what am I looking for whenever I'm doing this? I'm looking for either pinpoint bleeding. I should not have a lot of bleeding. Just small areas here and there. or I'm looking for erythema, which is just redness. He said he's comfortable. I'm going to move the settings up. I'm going from 0.25 to 0.5. So we'll do the second pass on 0.5, and he'll let me know if he feels any discomfort or anything. You doing okay? Okay, so I'm starting to see some redness, so I see that this is a good setting for him. If I was to treat scars or anything of that nature, I would want to go a little bit deep because I would want to see a lot more pinpoint bleeding. Okay, and we're going to do our third pass, and then we'll be completed with this area. Okay. So that's it on one area. I'm going to take some of this PRP and I want to massage it into this area up here. So he literally have thousands of microchannels right here open into his skin. His skin is literally open. So I am literally applying this PRP into the skin. It's going to stimulate collagen and elastin. Afterwards, he will feel like he had a sunburn, which is a very tight, almost a tight sensation in his skin. And that's normal. He'll feel that maybe for 2 days. You can answer it if you need to.
No, I'm recording.
Oh, yeah, you can record too. I like my patients record. So I'm going to apply another layer to his cheeks. So whenever we're doing the cheeks, we know that the cheeks are the thickest area on the face. However, right underneath the eyes is the thinnest layer. So you have to be very thoughtful whenever you're going into that area. So, okay, I'm going to turn it back on. So I'm still at 0.5. I'm going to start his first treatment at, actually, let's go up to 0.75. Because really on the cheeks, you can go all the way up to 2. So we're going to start at 0.75, okay? Here we go. You doing okay? So I literally have my thumb on the orbital bone right here, because I want to make sure I protect that skin right here underneath the eye, because my needle depths are a little bit deeper over here. This is not a procedure that you want to do on dry skin. It will be extremely painful. I'm going to go ahead and increase my depths to 1. So this is where he's going to let me know if this is too uncomfortable. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable to him, but I don't want a lot of bleeding, okay? I'm going to hold the skin taut down here. You doing okay? Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing some redness a little bit, and so I know that's my endpoint. We're not treating any scarring, so I don't need to go deep enough where we're bleeding. Okay, and then we'll do our third pass, okay? I like to try to give the clients a little short break in between, because sometimes it can be a lot. Okay. So we just finished another side. I'm going to go ahead and apply this PRP. I have my hand at the bottom this time because whenever I apply this PRP to the skin, it literally runs down, and nobody likes stuff running on down their neck and nothing. So I'll come back to do underneath the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and move over to the other side of the cheek. So whenever this dries, it's going to look very thick, white, and it's going to feel a little bit dry, but that's okay. So I'm going to apply on the other side of the cheeks. So I'm really starting to like this procedure because this can be performed on all skin types all year round because it uses no heat. And I love my lasers. I'm always going to love my lasers. I would never let go of my lasers. But this uses no heat and no chemicals. It's literally using your own body to re-heal itself. Okay, so we're still at 1. And then I'm still going to go ahead and do my passes right here. And then we'll do our third pass. Okay. See, if I had a second set of hands, I wouldn't even need to stop the device because the other person will be over here having the syringe ready for me to put on the skin. But that's okay. Okay. So this is where I'm going to do the more thin skin areas. So I'm going to do underneath the eyes and the top lip. The top lip can be super sensitive. A lot of people forget about that skin right there. So I'm going to turn actually my settings down a little bit. So if you're here with me, go ahead and send this out to a few people. It's just a short educational moment. I appreciate you for being here. Go ahead and send it out to your Instagram friends and even your best friend. Because y'all know sometimes we be having Instagram friends. It's a lot of people who I only know on Instagram, but they're my really good friends, but we're Instagram friends. So okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn the dial down so. And then this is where we're going to go underneath the eyes and the top lip, okay? Here we go. I always like to warn my patients that we're going underneath the eyes because sometimes it's make clients blink a lot. This side, you okay? Mm-hmm. You say you're doing okay. So you want to be very careful under the eye and stay just right on top of that orbital bone right there. Okay, go ahead and close your lip. There we go. So we'll do this lip part. So he actually has a mustache. Is it okay? I'm going to give you a break in between because the lip is super sensitive. So he actually has his mustache here. So this actually can help him, you know, grow a little bit thicker mustache. If that's what, you know, we want to do. Like some people, he's like, no, that ain't what we want to do. But some people, you can inject the PRP there to help it grow a little bit thicker. We can go a little bit deeper with our settings to help it grow thicker. But he said he likes his the way it is. Okay, that's the last pass, and we're done.
So what about the beard area?
I'm supposed to go there too. Is that what you want to grow? Yeah, it'll help that area too. Yes. It'll stimulate. So what it does in the hair areas is that it activates those hair follicles to start producing hair.
Bless you for that.
Yes. It's a lot of dermatologists like Dr. Rappaport who does these procedures. He specifically does it for hair growth. He does some of it for skin, but most of his clients that he treats is for hair growth.
Okay.
So, but he actually takes, he sometimes microneedle, but most of the time he's literally injecting it into those areas. So we're going to do the chin. Come over here a little bit more. So right now, I am actually booking this service to include the neck for free because the neck is a whole different area. And so if you book while I'm running the special, you can get your neck done for free. Because it makes no sense to have beautiful skin on the face and then a crinkly neck, right? And not only that, so this actual device, if you look on the FDA website, it is FDA approved to treat wrinkles, scarring, and acne. Of course, we use it for other things, but that is what it's FDA approved for. I'm going to let your head down a little bit more, okay? I'm going to let his head down. That way I can see above him. You doing okay? So this is a very quick and easy procedure that it can be done in an hour. Of course, ours is taking a little bit longer because I'm actually doing a demo. So it's a lot of explanation, a lot of talking and stopping. So if I wanted to, I could go a little bit deeper, but I like the redness that I'm seeing on him. That's what I want. Okay, this is my last time. Okay. Okay, so that's my last pass. Okay, so this literally concludes the procedure itself. What I would do from here is I would sit my patient up. We would re-go over the Aftercare instructions. Of course, he has the ebook that I have provided. I'm going to apply. He has so much PRP left over. It makes no sense to waste this, so I'm just going to apply it. This is where he would probably want to add another treatment if he had enough time, and that's where we can just go ahead and do the neck. So it's a lot of PRP. This is some good stuff, you guys. Some people say just go ahead and inject it. A lot of people, instead of using fillers, they like a more natural, which fillers can look natural, but they prefer not to use fillers. So you can inject the PRP underneath the eye and the troughs. That way it can help start stimulating that collagen underneath there. And PRP is a lot easier to inject because it don't burn, because we have removed those red blood cells. With PRF, the red blood cells are still there. They only remove, I think it's like 50% of the red blood cells, so it causes it to burn. But with PRP, it don't burn. It's not going to give you the overnight full effect before you leave, like a filler, but it will do its job. Okay, so we have concluded. So now his skin is going to feel really tight, really dry. He's going to get like an ashy look across his face. However, that will go away. He can take it off in an hour. I gave him a gentle cleanser to use and the sunscreen. I'm going to lift your head up. And that is literally it, guys. Literally it. So let's see. Let me go through the questions real quick before I get off. Thank you everybody for joining me. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys had came. Yes, this is actually like an awesome procedure for people who, you know, just want something more natural instead of using like Botox or anything like that. Botox is great too, but you know, these are alternative. If you have wrinkling, scarring, hyperpigmentation, if you just want something result driven to provide you results, that's good. So over the next 6 months, his skin will continue to heal. It will continue to progress. I love how you communicate through the process. Thank you. I try to do that with my patients too, because I know some of them, you know, like to know like, okay, what are you doing? What's your next step? What is that you putting on? So I try to say, hey, this is the product I'm using. This is what I'm using, that type of thing. I guess it also comes from, you know, being a nurse, and they're like, before you give any medications, you better make sure you're telling them the name of the medication and why you're using it and the major side effects to it. So it's in me to do that. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining. Go ahead and share this live. If you're located in Douglasville, let me know. I will send you a $100 gift card if you're located in Georgia, Douglasville area. You want to receive this service. This service also, if you come to visit Georgia, unlike my chemical peels, unlike my lasers, I don't like to do those for out-of-state clients simply because they're too temperamental, too dependent on so many factors. This is not dependent on no factors. This you can get done while you're on vacation and then go out the next day. No problem, no downtime, no heat. So if that's the case, also let me know and I will be glad to send you a gift card and invite you to my spa. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Glamtera.